It's revolutionary for us right now.
Some much-needed funding to keep the arts alive in Oregon. Struggling groups get a new lifeline. Thanks for joining us right here on The Good Stuff. I'm Ashley Korslund. So this relief money comes from the state with lawmakers approving $50 million. Catherine Cook checks out the impact.
Maybe it was watching The Nutcracker. Or seeing actors bring down the house. Perhaps it was the Oregon Symphony.
I wish I were with you.
Or an intimate performance at the old church. Many people can name the moment the performing arts captured their hearts. Amanda Stark remembers the day COVID-19 broke hers.
Well, March 12th, that was a heartbreaking day. I had to lay everyone off.
Stark is executive director of the Old Church Concert Hall in downtown Portland. She believes performance venues were the first to close and will be among the last to reopen amid the pandemic. Performances make up 90% of the Old Church's revenue, a dismal reality for a nonprofit venue Stark says lives month to month.
At that time, it was just scramble for money. Start calling people, asking for, we're a nonprofit, write grants, what can we do? And every other organization is in that same exact boat.
Then on Tuesday, a lifeline for Oregon's arts and cultural community. State lawmakers voted to allocate $50 million in Federal Relief CARES Act funds to struggling performance arts venues and organizations. The Old Church will receive $87,500, enough to pay a skeleton staff and keep the lights on.
It took a big weight off my shoulders.
Portland Center Stage will receive $875,000.
It's revolutionary for us right now.
Managing Director Cynthia Furman notes the money will be enough to act as a life support for the theater, which is all they asked lawmakers for.
The challenge for us has been figuring out how to just stay alive enough, and we don't know for how long, so that when we can return to performing, we still have a company.
The Oregon Ballet Theater will receive $630,000.
I mostly want to express our heartfelt gratitude on behalf of Oregon Ballet Theater.
Board Chair Allison Lineman says the ballet's forecasted at least a 70% decline in revenue this year.
We're trying to find creative ways to continue that inspiration, even though we don't know what performances are going to look like next year.
The Oregon Shakespeare Festival received the largest grant of $4.7 million, a theater production that helps sustain the entire city of Ashland. OSF spokesman C.J. Martinez said, what Oregon legislators have recognized in providing $50 million in emergency and much-needed funding to these arts organizations and cultural institutions is that the work they do, the jobs they provide, the communities they engage, and their focus on shared humanity matters more than ever. Back in Portland, the Oregon Symphony will receive $1.75 million. It's projected to lose $9 million in revenue this year, but not their spirit to return when they're able.
Music we need like never before in this time. Music has the power to unite us, inspire us, educate us, and heal us.
And also we want to point out that every performing arts organization that we spoke with say they have so appreciated all the donations from the community on top of that funding they received. Well, a big step for another favorite. The Portland Art Museum reopened today. To celebrate in honor of that, you will get in for free now through Sunday. If you do plan to visit, you'll need to wear a mask. There's also timed entry, so make sure you reserve or buy your ticket online. The museum is extending some of its most popular exhibits, like the one featuring paintings and photos of Mount St. Helens. That will stay in place until the end of the year. Well, one of our favorites, Portland entertainer Tony Starlight, is back on stage outdoors and with social distancing. He is doing shows on the patio at the Aurora Colony Vineyard. But a while back, I had the pleasure of talking with Tony, and of course, he had the greatest sense of humor and how he's staying positive during the pandemic.
To boldly go where no show has gone before.
For more than 25 years, Tony Starlight has been serenading audiences in Portland.
I love you, baby, and if it's quite all right.
Impersonating the greats like Dean Martin, Elton John, and Frank Sinatra. And now,
That's just my first
time with this whole setup. I just built this whole studio in my house over the last week.
The musician and comedian is entertaining in a new way.
Having to be an old man, learning some new tricks, learning how, well, to do what we're doing now. This is all new to me.
This is kind of new for all of us, you know, doing these interviews virtually, but it's good to see you again.
Like most performers, all of Tony's tribute and variety shows were canceled.
It happened so quick. It was so cascading. So, you know, all of my events through March and April and half of the things in May have been canceled at this point. Hello, everyone. Tony Starlight coming to you from the all-new Starlight Studio.
But in true Tony fashion, he's getting by with a little humor.
Well, we are here to help you get through the state of Oregon's mandated shelter-in-place directive with these 10 survival tips. Part of what I do for a living is uplift people and make people feel good with music. And so for a while I was just kind of holed up, but I'm like, people need to hear from me.
And they are. Tony recently performed a free concert for his neighbors, while social distancing, of course. And he even played for me during this interview, so I could share his music with you. And if life wasn't wild or memorable enough right now, Tony just turned 50. His big birthday bash postponed until June.
So now, the bright side is I get to be 49 for 2.5 more months.
That's perfect.
My family told me that as a young boy,
In honor of his 5 decades on this planet,
bouncing around the room shouting, "Banana Man!" Sadly, no pictures of that exist.
Tony is sharing life reflections with his fans.
I still walk into a room full of people with the mantra, "Let me entertain you." Beginning today on my 50th birthday, I will regale you with 50 weekly tales from the 50-year-old man, each telling a different part of the story that led me to where I am today.
Where he is today might be a little different than he's used to in that small home studio, but soon enough, he'll be back on stage under the bright lights and back to making his audiences smile.
I can't thank you enough for the first 50 years, and I hope that you will join me on this year-long journey. Let me entertain you.
To you, New York, New York, New York.
Boy, he just is so talented. And again, that was an older interview I had done with Tony. He is back outdoors, as we said, doing some shows. So for a lineup of what he's doing these days and where you can catch him in action, head to TonyStarlight.com. Well, a Portland coffee shop goes to the extreme to help slow the spread of coronavirus. We'll explain how this robot barista works up next. And welcome back to The Good Stuff. A lot of you have shared your photos of Comet Neowise. The comet is making an appearance for the first time in almost 7,000 years. That's cool. It'll be visible for a few more days, but experts say don't put it off. Don't wait to see it. So thanks to everyone who sent in your photos so far. If you have some, you can text them to 503-226-5088. And if you'd like to check them out, we have a full gallery up right now on our website. While the summer fun is back on Mount Hood, Timberline recently opened their usually popular bike spot. People love that bike park, rather. The general manager says that they aren't seeing the big crowds that normally come this time of year. One reason Timberline had to cancel camps this summer. But despite all the challenges, there is a bright spot.
We're seeing more of the day trippers. We're not seeing, the people that are flying out from Boston or whatnot to either do a ski camp, or they're just driving around the Northwest and they want to come up and tour the lodge.
Well, down the mountain at Ski Bowl in Government Camp, the Alpine Slide is open along with some other summer attractions. So there's some ideas for you on a weekend, perhaps. Well, businesses have gotten creative to keep customers safe, and a Portland coffee shop even has a robot to do just that. Christelle Kumwe introduces us to this different type of barista.
Here at NJ Coffee, owner and U.S. coffee champ, Joe Yang engineers the perfect cup of coffee for each and every customer.
Because they trust me, yeah, and also they know I just got the first place about U.S. roasting competition.
Patrons always expect a good cup of coffee here, but recently they noticed their baristas look a little different.
Robots, barista, like a robot, like assistant.
A few months ago, Yang and his friends were thinking of a way to keep customers and the business safe.
So we just talking together, we said we have to do something. Yeah, we know it's hard, but we have to try.
The result is this robot, programmed to make and safely serve coffee with no physical contact, limiting the spread of coronavirus. So how exactly does the robotic barista work? Let's find out. First, place your order at the counter. 1 8-ounce mocha, please. Then the robot barista takes it from there.
It's been 4 months to learning how to let robots to make coffee. It's really hard. 1,000 pieces you have to figure out.
But as innovative as it is, Yang knows the robot can only copy a barista and not replace one.
Cannot make something special to customers, cannot provide good service.
The robot is in a testing phase at the coffee shop.
If virus getting worse, this machine definitely will be really useful.
Chriselle, your mocha is ready.
That's pretty cool. Well, NJ Coffee is near the PSU campus at Southwest Park and Clay. We do want to point out that the indoor seating area is closed right now. You can sit outside. There's an area outdoors. And of course, you can always order to go. Well, these days it can be really tough to keep your home organized. Maybe you're spending more time at home, especially if your home doubles as an office or a gym. When we come back, expert advice on how to declutter and create more room. And welcome back. So I am working right now in this very space. This is my bedroom. I've got laundry everywhere. Maybe you can relate. Maybe you're working from home and your house is an office or a gym and you've made changes to accommodate that. Well, we have some advice on how to stay organized from a professional organizer named Michaela Santon of Simple Sweep.
People are finding like this is going to be a reality for a while. So we really have to look at our homes differently. We host is going to be a little different, but it starts at the entry and you want people to feel comfortable and safe. It'd be great if you have like a little table, a little something that has like maybe some disposable masks in case people forget their masks, some hand sanitizer, something like that. And it can be really cute. It can be, you know, very small. It doesn't take up a lot of space. And just say, this is our routine. You come in, do some hand sanitizer, put your mask on. Keys go, your mail goes, your sunglasses, that landing space. We put some hooks up there and everybody has a hook and everyone's masks go there. If you don't want to like screw something into your wall, you know, you could do these adhesive hooks and just put up a couple right by your front door and it'll become habit pretty soon. We are all home and we're eating every single meal at home. Pantries are being overloaded. So I like some things that you can add to your pantry. I get these IKEA crates and I label them so you don't have like an explosion of cookies all over the place. If you have cans, you know, and you still have a lot of height in your shelf, you add these little shelf adjusters to it and you can put like, you know, snacks in there. You can add stuff into those. I also love like a Lazy Susan in the corner of pantries because you can fit so much more. Everybody I know, their living room has now become their home gym. So I like little cubbies where people would usually put books or shoes. Maybe now they're putting their kettlebells and their yoga mats. Maybe get a really cute basket to put the weights in, or you know, anything that's real little. And then you could just tuck that away, put that on the shelf. It's off your floor, it's out of the corners. People are in their homes in a different way and they're realizing what they need and what they don't need. Realizing like they don't need as much stuff.
And if you'd like to hear more of Michaela's incredible ideas, you can check out our website, simple-sweep.com. Well, he won America's Got Talent twice, and now magician SHIN Lim will share his tips and his tricks through a virtual class.
Now is such a tough time for the Black community, for Black men, for our allies that have long been unsupported. And it just felt like this is something that, you know, when I was young, didn't necessarily understand. And as I've grown and as society has changed, I've realized that now is the time to speak up, to let people know what is happening, and it's happening to all of us. We deserve an America that gives us, Black men, the benefit of the doubt, or at least an America that allows us to breathe. It helped me. So like I was an introvert. I still am, but magic's really helped me be able to talk to people.
He is just so talented. He won America's Got Talent 2 times, and now SHIN Lim is ready to share some of his awesome secrets during a virtual magic class. You know, all his shows right now are canceled, of course, because of the pandemic, so he's taking his classes and his talents, rather, online. Cassidy Quinn previews how he will teach sleight of hand.
I had so many non-magicians asking me, like, is there like a beginner set or something where I can learn, like, you know, tricks that are easy? And so I figured now's the perfect time, because it's the perfect time to learn a new hobby. If you're ever interested in picking something new up, now's the time.
It's a Zoom class. All people need, you don't need to know how to do anything. You just have to have a deck of cards.
Yeah. That's right.
And that's how people will know, like, these are real cards. They're not
of course.
magic
No,
cards or something.
that's all. You don't need to have it. You can do anything with just a deck of cards. And in fact, since we're talking about learning, would you like to learn a trick? I can teach you a really good trick. Yeah. Okay. You don't. I mean, if you have a deck of cards in your house, that's fine. If you don't, that's okay. But
I think can I grab them?
Sure. Yeah.
All right,
absolutely.
stand by.
Right there. I won't look at it, I promise. Now I'm gonna try to bring your card to the top, and I think this one. Is that your card? The big is a Joker, right?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
What was your card?
It was a Jack.
Oh, it was a Jack. Okay, watch 1, 2.
Wait, what?
So now you're gonna grab the top 2 cards as one.
Top 2 as one.
As one. Ooh. That's right. So actually, this is the Jack of Hearts, and in reality, the Joker was just in front of it.
Oh.
And so so this actually only works for Zoom, and I figured I would teach this because we're having a Zoom call right now. Because of the motion blur, you just have to let go of that top card down.
Just let it go.
Just let it go. Yeah, see that's the hard part.
Okay, take 2.
Take 2. Okay, here we go. So you go like that, and then you just release the top card down. Yeah, you did it. And I didn't even see the card drop at all. If you blow on the card, it'll add an extra like magicalness to it. Perfect. Amazing, Cassidy. That was perfect.
Okay, I will say she did better than I would have done, so nice work. That was fun to see. Well, if you'd like to sign up for SHIN's magic class, we have a link under the news link section at kgw.com. Thank you so much for joining us on The Good Stuff. You know, we have a 1-hour special of The Good Stuff coming up tonight at 8 o'clock, so we hope you tune in there. And for now, we will leave you with a gorgeous view from our Pacific City Skycam. Look at that sunshine. Have a great night.
Escape your everyday routine.